Hola bebés, ¿cómo están? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hey, welcome. I'm Mayemc. This video was long overdue. I told myself that I was going to be updating you guys on my pregnancy, like first trimester, second, third, etc. But I don't know. I am currently 19 weeks pregnant, second trimester. But this video, I'm going to be telling you guys like all the symptoms that I had before I found out I was pregnant and during my first trimester. And then I'll come back and do one for the second trimester, and then hopefully I'll be up to date, you guys. Platico con ustedes por mis historias de Instagram, pero no es lo mismo a que yo me siente y les diga. You know, like, muchas veces hay personas que ni siquiera les importa ver lo que tienes que decir y solamente literal están pasando por las historias. Así que es el conejo. Ha estado muy frío, so we've had to bring him in the house, you guys. All right, so let's get to chit-chatting. Let me get my water, hold on. Okay. Tengo todo anotado en un papelito porque luego se me olvidan las cosas. Anyway, so before I knew I was pregnant, like way before, maybe like a week before, traía un cansancio. Like all I wanted to do was sleep. And it was so weird to me because I'll wake up and I will not go back to sleep until night. Because if I nap during the day, me duele la cabeza. Pero antes de que me tenía que llegar mi regla, I would literally like pick up the kids from school at 2:33 and I would knock out on the sofa. Like Eli or Matt would be waking me up y me decían, Maya, llegó tu clienta. Y yo estaba en joda parándome because I was taking a nap. And I was still tired. And I was like, ¿por qué me está pasando esto? Pero luego yo misma dije, ya estoy haciendo ejercicio. Like, I'm burning calories. I think it's normal. I didn't think nothing of it because we were not trying to have a child. We were not trying to get pregnant. I've never been on birth control, but we weren't trying to get pregnant. That's a whole nother video. So, ya cuando me enteré, I was like shook, as you guys can see in one of the videos that I uploaded. I was so shook. I was like, what in the world? I cannot even believe this. So, ya después, like, no me llegaron los ascos ni nada until, like, the third week that I knew I was pregnant. And I kind of feel like that shit is mental, too. Like, as soon as you find out that you're pregnant, you're just like, ugh, you know, like, oh, my God, I'm pregnant. I'm going to get all the symptoms, blah, blah, blah. Because, like, lo mismo me pasó con COVID. Yo tenía COVID for, like, 2-3 days already. I had symptoms. And I could taste and smell. But as soon as I went to the doctor and they told me that I tested positive, 30 minutes later, boom, se me fue el olor, se me fue el sabor. So I kind of feel like that is mental as well. Another symptom that I had during my first trimester was my face. Like, my skin was so freaking dry. Like, I usually use the Mosa Cosmetics foundation. It's matte. And it literally looked like so nasty. There was time, the very first time that I did my makeup to go out knowing that I was pregnant, I had to take my makeup off because that was not cute. So I went without wearing makeup for like a couple weeks, and then I tried the e.l.f. one, like the dewy, glowy something one, and that worked. So right now I haven't tried the Mosa Cosmetics foundation again, but I might try it. I don't know. But then it's winter again. I don't know. But that was another symptom. Like, my face was horrible. Like, it was so dry. It was so chapped. I was breaking out. Like, me estaban saliendo espinillas aquí. And I'm like, why am I getting pimples and my skin is so dry? Me mantenía cansada. Once I found out I was pregnant, I could eat everything and stuff. I was just always so tired. Y se me hacía raro because with my boys, like, I was nauseous, but I was never that sleepy. Like, era un sueño que literal yo sentía que yo me tenía que mantener con los ojos así para poderlos tener abiertos because yo no podía conmigo misma. And then, like, my boobs, that was another symptom. Even before I knew I was pregnant, like, my boobs were so sore. And I was like, ay, ya me va a bajar. Because usually, like, my boobs hurt a couple days before I get my period, or like a week before, and then it stops, and then I get my period. But up to this day, like, my boobs still hurt. So that was another one. I was very tired. My breasts were tender. Y that was pretty much it. Like, I'm telling you guys, until the 3rd, 4th week of me finding out that I was pregnant, that's when I started to be nauseous. But it was a different type of nauseous. It was like I was nauseous, but if I ate, I was fine. Like, if I didn't eat and I was hungry, I would throw up. But if I would eat, I was fine. You know what I mean? All right. So high risk, my pregnancy is high risk. And when the doctor told me, en mi primer cita que me confirmaron que estaba embarazada, no me dijeron que era alto riesgo. Me lo dijeron hasta el mes, cuando me hicieron el ultrasonido, to make sure that, you know, everything was fine. Ahí fue donde me dijo la doctora, me hizo un pap and everything, and she said, that's when she told me that I was high risk. And the reason being that I'm high risk is because I have high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure since 2021. Se me quitó. No se me quitó la presión alta. Estuve controlada. Cuando iba a tener a Eli, me subió la presión y por eso me inducieron el parto a las 38 semanas. Pero ya después de la cuarentena se me estabilizó mi presión. Pero luego pasó todo lo del COVID, dejé de trabajar, estaba con los niños y como que todo el estrés, de hecho desactivé redes sociales en un periodo de ese tiempo porque yo veía las noticias y solamente veía tantas personas se murieron por el COVID, y eso como que me trajo mucha ansiedad y mucho estrés y eso hizo que me subiera la presión. Entonces ya después del 2021, todos los días yo tenía dolores de cabeza constante y ya después de ahí pues ya me dieron medicamento para la presión y desde entonces he estado tomando medicina. Los doctores dicen que estoy muy joven para tener la presión alta, pero es genética. Mi abuelita lo tiene, mis abuelos lo tienen, mi mamá, mi papá. So, es mi herencia. Es mi bella herencia que me dejaron mis padres. Forget the money. Give me the high blood pressure. Visit. Water break. The doctor told me I was high risk because of my blood pressure and me having to take blood pressure medicine. So they did change my medicine. In my very first appointment, which was the pregnancy confirmation, that's when they switched my medicine because the medicine that I was taking normally was lisinopril, and you can't take that while you're pregnant. So they changed my medicine to Procardia or something like that. And that's the one that I have to take right now that I'm pregnant. So I'm high risk because of my blood pressure. During my first trimester, I had to do a couple of tests. I had to do an EKG of my heart because your high blood pressure has to do with your heart, if you didn't know. Just to make sure that my heart was fine. I also had to pee for 24 hours in this big old gallon to make sure that there was no protein in my urine, because if there's protein in your urine, that's the indication that you could get like preeclampsia. So I did that. I had blood drawn. So you guys, I went to the hospital to get my EKG done, and I got a call like 2 days later, and they said that my EKG came back abnormal. Why I'm about to cry. I remember like how I felt when they called me. Well, I've been real chillona with this pregnancy anyways, so they called me, and I remember I was setting up the Christmas tree, bro. Like, estaba poniendo mi arbolito de Navidad, and they told me, they were like, you need to see, this was the OB clinic now, and they were like, hey, you know, we have you scheduled to see a cardiologist because your EKG came back abnormal. And I'm like, fuck, something's wrong with my heart. You know, like, that's not good. My heart, you know, like, what if I'm about to die? Like, all this stuff just came through my head. And I remember it was a Friday and my appointment was on Tuesday. And let me tell y'all, that was the longest weekend of my entire freaking life, because you don't know what's going on, you know? So Tuesday comes around and I go to my appointment, and I'm telling you guys this because this is still the first trimester, okay? Fui a mi cita, me hicieron 2 EKGs and both EKGs came back abnormal. So this was 3 EKGs that come back abnormal. So thankfully, like, the doctor has like all the ultrasound stuff to do there at her office and I didn't have to go anywhere else. She said, I'm not even gonna schedule you for another appointment. Like, I just want you to go in to the waiting room and they're gonna call you to the back to do a ultrasound of your heart, because I need to see like what's going on, because all these EKGs come back abnormal. So I'm in the waiting room and I'm like bawling my eyes out, okay? And I go in there and the lady's doing the ultrasound and I'm crying and all this stuff. So after the ultrasound, I go to this other waiting room and I was not supposed to see the doctor, but I guess since they saw that I was like panicking, le dijeron a la doctora that I was panicking, that I was crying, that I was not okay. So she came in and she was like, you know, she finally told me that my ultrasound looked fine, that it sounds like I have a heart murmur, but that this is normal during pregnancy because your body is working twice. Like, it's not only maintaining you alive, but like your baby. So se está esforzando más, you know? So after she told me that my ultrasound looked good, she said my heart is the perfect size. It's pumping blood how it's supposed to. Like, there's no muscle damage. Like, everything is fine. Ya me quedé más tranquila. But they did have to put a heart monitor, or I don't know what it's called. It's like a little monitor, and then they put like a sticker here and then a sticker over here, like under your boob. And I had to wear that for 24 hours to see like my heart, how my heart was working for 24 hours. So I did that y lo llevé. And then they called me a los 2 días from the same office and they were like, it didn't work. Like, it ran out of battery. And I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? So tuve que volver a ir para que me lo volvieran a poner y que me volvieran a hacer el test. And the test came back normal. Like, everything was fine. She said that it did show that my heart like skipped a couple beats during the 24 hours, but she said that that's normal. You know, it's part of pregnancy or whatever. That anyway, when people are not pregnant, like, this happens. So I don't have to go back to her until March. And yeah, you guys, like, I was MIA from Instagram, from Facebook, from YouTube. Like, my pregnancy, the beginning started where it was like, oh my God, you know, I'm gonna be more active on social media, blah blah blah. This is my last pregnancy, so I'm gonna record everything. But then once, you know, like, all that stuff happened, como que me dio pa abajo y me agüité. La neta, me agüité. I was like, I'm about to die, yo. Like, why? God, if you knew I was gonna die, why? But no. God said, girl, chill out. I got this. Okay? And here I am, you guys. I feel so much better. This is my 2nd trimester and I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great, actually. Of course, they say, you know, well, no, they don't say. It's true. Your 2nd trimester is the best one. Well, I think that's it for this video. Like, this was my 1st trimester update on my pregnancy number 3. Well, pregnancy number 4, because my first one was I had a miscarriage. Dang, I've been pregnant 4 times. Girl, you better sit down. That is too many kids already. But yeah, you guys, that's it for this video. I just wanted to give you a little update por si estaban con el pendiente de mí o las que querían saber. Ya después les hago otro videito with the second trimester. I also want to do the wives' tales, o ¿cómo se dice eso? Like the predictions of the gender. Even though you guys already know the gender, but I wasn't really showing. I'm just starting to show, so I couldn't do like, are you carrying high or low? Like, you know, I just want to do that for fun to see if it is true or it's not true. So, yeah, you guys, bye.